the other team out. All right, and when you defend, you want to defend as what? A nice, tight group. Unit, very good. I like that. It's a good answer too. All right, so we tell these guys, in here, for example, and like I said, this is soccer. Passing over there, moving. Here's a little bit of soccer. Well done, goalie, thank you. All right, nice, tight unit to defend. So the two need to be working together. So the attackers need to do what? Try and open them up. You're a smart man, I tell you what, man. Doing all right. Okay? What's that? Good job, I know. Okay. All right, so you guys go home and talk about this? All right?
Yes, sir.
Text, email, instant message. All right? Okay, but it's true, Coach. You ask, I wish I had the answer. All right? Because I think it's just not in our nature to force each other around.
You made the comment that it's Americans versus...
Absolutely. I don't know why. I wish I could tell you. If you go, and I've come from a British background, right? So I talk way too much, right? And it comes across as grumpy all the time because you almost point out the negative more than you do the positive, which is a bad thing, you know. But sometimes it's a bad habit. But I tell you, I've we played professional teams, played Mexican teams. They talk like crazy all over the field, and it helps them out. Is that good? That's fine. You Mexican? All right, we got AC Milan shirt on for that. All right, yeah, I know. I'm a little confused right now, ain't you? All right. So I wish I had that answer. It's an American problem. It really, really is, and that's why it's like talk.
Is it just soccer or is it other sports?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I couldn't tell you. I mean, the catcher in baseball can't exactly tell the pitcher to throw a fastball.
What about hockey though?
You know, I think hockey they talk all the time too.
Yeah.
You
You
know?
do.
I think when you don't talk, you're really doing yourself a disservice because it helps so much more helpful. All right, in order to communicate, to pass on information, to let people know what's behind them, what's in front of them. That's why the goalkeeper talks the most. He sees everything most of the time, right? And then the defenders are talkers, the central midfielders are talkers, and the forwards kind of just, they don't really say too much unless their team has the ball, right? Yes, sir?
Coaching question. When we're training them and we're getting on them and we're getting them prepared for the weekend game, what's your take on during the game just letting them play and kind of being quiet as a coach and taking notes and watching? Or I mean, we're going into our season in a couple of weeks.
Yeah,
and
it's a hard question, you know, because preseason I let them play, you know, because it's just preseason. I'll sit there and I enjoy a couple of jokes. And all of a sudden now the season starts. A bit more pressure, you know, because results really matter a lot. So I am a bit more vocal than I would be. I think different players there's different messages for different guys. I don't know him, so I could be mean to him, and he may not react. He may go into a shell, right? So it's almost one of those, come on, we need you. You're doing well. Keep going. All right. And what's your name? Mario. Mario could be like, yeah, I don't care if you yell at me. That's fine. I respond to that fine. So it's one of those where it's difficult to try and pick and choose, you know. I think information from the bench is crucial because the kids, if they don't talk, if they don't see it, they do need reminders. But, you know, it's always, positive message is always pretty important, you know. I mean, guys, we have guys that we've been had for 3 years. When we do exercises, they make the same mistakes every time we do it. And fine, I go, I don't know what language I'm speaking. You know, I think I'm getting my point across, but it's just constant reminders. And I think at our level, you guys are a little bit more thick-skinned than kids, you know. So I think you have to be really careful with what you say and how you say it. Anybody else? Sorry?
Yeah.
Yep. When you stand out of the way here so I'm not shouting over you guys, okay?
When you choose players, speed of the player, does that go into your...
Absolutely.
You want fast players?
I always want fast players. I'd take the fastest guys in the field if I could, because I think now in today's game, and this kills me, but it's no longer the 1980s where guys get it and dribble. It's an athlete's game. It's almost like a track. If you actually were to go to see, say, Premier League, Spanish, Italian, whatever you want, even come down to MLS and sit close, they're like track athletes out there. These guys can run, and it's physical, but the speed of the game is huge now. You know, so not to say you sacrifice it for someone who's a good player, but I think it is an added plus today. You know, that's why, hey, if it was all about technical ability, we all could play, right? But we can't run, right? Father Time's a killer, right? He waits for no guy, all right? So that's why you see a lot of players who are still great players, but they can't run anymore, and that's a sad part of retiring, because you know the mind and the feet are good, but just the legs can't do it. Right. Yes, sir.
Coach, for a U15 age group, do you recommend weight for the athlete?
You can. I mean, I think there's nothing wrong with, and like I said before, about it's an athlete's game now. And and not to say, if you look at more than half the guys on our team, when they take their shirts off, they're ripped. You know, I mean, and these guys, it's not just all like bench presses, a lot of core work and using your own weight, and there's all kinds of different exercises now that really get you going. But I think these guys at this age, I don't see doing something with weights in an active fashion. I think it's a plus, right? And half the guys really, they get their body in good shape because it helps them, and all of a sudden they're pretty proud of themselves, and all of a sudden the shirts come off a little bit faster. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, you know. But then you look at them and you go, well, good for you. You're putting the work in. You know, and I think Stuart Holden was a great one. When he first came to us, he was a 20-year-old kid, right? And when he left us, he's a 24-year-old man, right? And if he took his shirt off, you could see every muscle because he worked at his game. He wanted to become a better player, and I think the physical side of the game is huge now.